You come home after a long day. You turn off your phone, put your bag down, and sit alone for a moment. But suddenly, your mind becomes loud. Thoughts appear. Why am I alone? What should I do now? Maybe I should check Instagram. In today's world, many people feel uncomfortable when they are alone. We live in a time full of messages, noise, notifications, and constant communication. But here is an interesting idea. Being alone is not the same as feeling lonely. And learning the art of being alone can change the way we understand ourselves, our emotions, and our lives. Let's start with the most important difference. Loneliness is a negative feeling. It is when someone feels disconnected, unwanted, or isolated. Solitude is a positive choice. It is when we decide to spend time with ourselves, to think, grow, and understand who we are. Many people mix these together. They think, if I am alone, something is wrong. But that is not true. Sometimes being alone is powerful and healthy, especially when we choose it with purpose. One simple study showed something interesting. When people talk about loneliness on social media, they often use sad or negative words. But when they talk about solitude, they use more positive words like peace, calm, freedom, and creativity. This shows that the way we see being alone changes our experience of it. If we think, I'm alone because I have no one, we feel bad. But if we think, I'm alone because this is my time to grow, we feel different, more calm, more strong, more centered. So, why is solitude good for us? It gives us time to understand ourselves. When we are alone, we meet someone important, our true self. No noise, no pressure, no audience, just us. This time helps us ask meaningful questions. What do I want in life? What makes me happy? What values are important to me? What do I need to change? You cannot hear your inner voice if the world is always talking. Solitude is like turning the volume down on life, so the internal voice becomes clear. 2. It helps us regulate emotions. Researchers found that just a few quiet moments alone can reduce the stress, lower anxiety, and help the brain manage emotions more effectively. Even 5 to 10 minutes can help us calm the nervous system, breathe better, release mental pressure. This is why many people feel better after a walk alone, a quiet shower, sitting with a cup of tea in silence. Being alone is not an escape, it is emotional recharge. 3. It improves creativity. You might notice something interesting. Your best ideas often come when you are not talking to anyone. When you are in the shower, when you are walking alone, when you are sitting quietly. Why? Because in these moments, the brain enters a state called the default mode, a natural network that helps us dream, connect ideas, and imagine new possibilities. Artists, scientists, writers, musicians, many of them say, my creativity comes alive when I am alone. Solitude is not empty time, it is creative time. Let's highlight two powerful research findings in a simple way. 1. How we think changes the experience. In one study, people spend a few minutes alone. Before that, some read short messages that describe solitude as helpful, meaningful, a chance to grow. These people later reported more positive feeling, less fear, more comfort being alone. This tells us something important. The story we tell ourselves changes the experience. If we enter solitude thinking, this is good for me, our mind relaxes and opens. 2. Remembering personal values helps. Another study asked people to think about a moment when they achieved something meaningful, learning a new skill, finishing a project, helping someone, or making progress in life. Then they spent time alone. These people felt more energized, more peaceful, more satisfied. Why? Because they didn't enter solitude empty. They entered with a purpose. So before your quiet time, ask yourself, what am I growing toward? It changes everything. Let's summarize the positive sides of being alone. Emotional benefits: reduces stress, improves calmness, helps us manage negative emotions. Cognitive benefits: deeper thinking, clearer decisions, better understanding of personal goals. Creative benefits: new ideas, imagination, mental flexibility. Personal growth benefits: self awareness, confidence, independence. When we learn to enjoy solitude, it becomes our own source of stability. If solitude is so helpful, why do so many people avoid it? There are some common challenges. One, fear of silence. Some people are not afraid of being alone. They are afraid of what they might hear inside: hidden emotions, old memories, questions they never answered. Silence shows the truth, and truth can be uncomfortable. But growth begins exactly here. Cultural pressure. Many societies believe if you are alone, something is wrong with you. This idea makes people hide their solitude instead of using it. We must normalize solitude as a healthy life skill, not a shameful condition. 3. Solitude without purpose. Some people are alone without direction. They sit quietly but scroll on their phones, wait for the time to pass, look for distraction. This is not mindful solitude. Meaningful solitude needs intention, thinking, reflecting, creating, understanding. Even 5 minutes is enough if the purpose is clear. So, the art of being alone is not about escaping the world, it is about returning to yourself. In solitude, we can understand who we are, heal emotional chaos, find new ideas, grow as individuals. It is a skill, just like learning a language or building a habit. And it begins with one small decision. Today, I will spend a few minutes with myself, not running away, not fearing silence, just listening. Because sometimes the person we need to meet most is the one sitting quietly inside us.